Hello everyone and welcome back. Today is going to be a different type of day. It is Christmas for me and I'm just going to play one of the fun decks. I'm going to be playing in public play, so it's not going to be a ranked video. It's just going to be a bit more casual, and I'm just going to talk about certain things. For example, about actually focusing a little on a second channel that I play any other variety games that I want to play, and keep this Magic channel just out the gate. Magic is still the #1 priority. It's a big part of my life, but I do like to play other things to get away from Magic. I work at a card shop. I do shows for Ultimate Guard where I travel to other states. I have 4 or 5, maybe 6 different shows next year that I have to go and vend. So I'm doing a lot of Magic related stuff. So I like to play other games every now and then. And the reason I even started a Magic channel is because I was playing a lot of Arena, and I felt if I was going to play a lot, people will say I tend to know a lot about the game. I just thought maybe I would start uploading videos and see where it goes. And now here is where we are. So I am starting another channel. Well, I've had it started. I will maybe start uploading it. So if it's something you're interested in, I'll link it. You can subscribe to that channel if you want. There's like an old Oblivion video that I did that I dropped. But I'm just saying today's video is much more casual. I'm just playing an open play. There's not going to be a lot other than that. It might abruptly end and go to an outro where I talk about things a little bit more. Either way, it's Christmas Day. I hope everybody has a good holiday, and let's go enjoy the games. All right, so I missed the record button, so, you know, as per usual, I am here. But today's going to be a LogCon video. We're just going to be kind of hanging out. Hopefully that's okay with everybody. I don't really have anything scheduled for today's video. We're at holiday season. And as you can see, our opponent's already gone. They need to go celebrate. It is past midnight, so for me, it is technically Christmas, which is always exciting. But I always want to come out and kind of talk about it a little bit. Maybe, you know, talk to some people who maybe don't have much going on for Christmas, as that happens a lot, you know. Not everybody gets together with family. Not everybody's in the place to do it. Some people are traveling and just quite can't get home. So, you know. Just no, it's cool. No, you're not alone out there. I know me personally, Christmas time and things like that, I tend to not do too much. It's kind of one of those, like, it's another day for me, which is whatever. I'm not like trying to look for like pity party things, right? So, oh, you know, me by myself kind of thing. But it's just not something that I've done very often. My parents starting off were divorced, so there was like a split household kind of thing, and just from there I do like some. I want to mull his hand to see if I can't find maybe something a bit better. I don't know if that's necessarily better, but it's something. I'd really look for that kind of start, but it's more or less just, you know, I kind of just hang out most of the time. And oh, just elves, interesting. I wonder if an elves build would be fine now. It just seems like it'd be a little bit slow. So we need to put a mana dork in, but I don't want it to be this one for some reason. I kind of want it to be Leyline Weaver into Badger Mole into some stuff. Obviously it's a bit mana efficient. We could do Badger Mole Cub, but then mana dorks have kind of summoning sickness. If we rip a land, we can play this and then go up to 4 mana. Kind of the idea. Kind of cool to play this with arch like elves and go wide with it. Cosmic Grand's pretty nice. But so far, and we get exactly what we were looking for, so that's pretty nice. But here we're actually going to get to do a lot. Because now we get to go right into this. Untap our Leyline Weaver. And I feel like with the amount of mana that we have, it feels like Breakout's a trap here. So we're just going to play the Wild Guide just to go a bit wider and get more counters across the board. But either way, I hope everybody's having a good year. You know, it's coming to a close. We're about to start a new year. We're about to get those resolutions down to fail them. I know I personally failed mine. Y'all can make fun of me if you want. It's just true. It happened. Tyvar is probably the card here. Bro, I love that thing so much. Don't start tweaking now, bro. You're fine. I'm empty-handed. You're playing a cool deck, though, I will say. It's a little bit of a bummer. Bro, we're in public play. If you don't want to play, you can go home at any time. Like, it's up to you, bro. Have at thee. But my New Year's resolution for last year, by the way, if you're curious, was to pretty much upload every day. Definitely didn't do that. I found doing that not necessarily didn't make me happy, but it was definitely a lot more, and I'm going to say stressful, but that's not really the word I'm looking for either. We'll just put a land in. Sure, why not? How much mana do I need? Next. Doesn't really matter. Pull you back. See if they block or what. But I felt like the quality of my content was going down significantly by just uploading to upload, or I was just playing the same thing basically almost like every other day and not really giving myself time to develop or revolve myself around that. But we get it here, which is pretty nice. It's kind of weird to like really focus on playing and playing correctly and then also commentating, which is a bit weird. My New Year's resolution myself is to get back in the gym. I've been lacking there pretty hard, and I could tell because I went back, and for the first time, if you've ever gone to the gym, for me, or like if it's your first time going to the gym, you get that like soreness that lasts for like 4 days, and I personally love the feeling. Just because, you know, it's kind of that thing where you know that you got paid off for doing some hard work, or when you do something physically demanding, or you do like a hard task and you complete it, you get that like dopamine of like every time I move, it hurts a little, but I know it's hurting because of the hard work I put in the gym the day before. And I kind of miss doing that. And I just haven't been able to do it because, again, one of my things was to try to upload every day. And after work, I would then, instead of going to the gym, I'd come home, try to record, do that thing. And then when you have just one of those bad days where you have like an hour worth of just losses on a deck that you believe in, and you keep trying to work it out and be like, dude, I just can't get this deck to work. I don't know what's happening. It just doesn't come together, which just happens, right? So, it just made it hard to do everything. But now I think my plan is basically to upload every day, besides I think Saturday, I think is it, or Sunday. It's going to be one of the two. I haven't quite figured out which one of the two I want it to be, like, for sure. Or maybe Monday. It's one of those things when I don't really have to be up at a certain time the next day. I can feel a little bit more at ease to stay up a bit later and play. Whereas, like, one of the things I've been doing is kind of sacrificing sleep to stay up and play and edit. The other thing is also editing everything myself. Obviously, makes it a bit more difficult, but doing kind of all that stuff myself, again, making it a little bit harder, which is fine. It's what I'm signing up for, is the quote unquote grind that everybody talks about, right? Like, how long are you willing to do it? And if I'm dedicated to it, and I've been doing it for a couple years, and I'm pretty set on this is what I plan on doing kind of thing. But what is my opponent going to do here? I have what? 2, 4, 5, 6 mana? That's tough. That is tough. I don't think I can do this, right? Yeah. Let's go here. I do kind of want to put this in. It's uncounterable, but that doesn't mean it's not unairbendable. I think they're trying to decide whether they want to interact with me now. But yeah, my kind of New Year's resolution things coming up, going to be to get back in the gym, try to do my content in a way more efficient way that I feel a lot better about it when I'm doing it. And I feel a lot like kind of, I don't want to say, I want to have healthier habits when it comes to it as well. So I'm just going to kind of go to combat here, I think. But Aang kind of eats everything here, actually. It gets to bounce a thing and then eat something if it wants. That doesn't seem like a great play. Let's just play this. We don't really want to play this if we don't have to. It's kind of only good as our 1-drop play into a Badger Mole Cub. But I feel like we're going to get Avatar's Raft here after this turn, and it's going to be pretty bad. Either way, we're going to kind of just play some Magic today. I'm going to hang out. We're 8 minutes in. There's not really going to be an intro other than be like, hey, this is what we're playing. And me kind of yapping is the intro. But we're just playing in public play. If that's not your vibe, you know, that's fine. If you don't really want to watch, I totally get it. If, you know, it's not really your vibe. Probably is not to target the Badger Mole Cub. Kind of makes sense to go for Sirach here. Because obviously if they want to target something else, then that matters. Will they go for... no, they don't have the double white. But we're just going to be playing the casual play pretty much the entire time. We're not going to really change what we're doing. I just feel like this is the play. They're playing the Doc Appa combo, which means when they start doing it, I'm just going to get up and let my dog outside. Keep it a buck with you. But they're tapped out now, which means we can go for Sirach, and then we can play Ouroboros. Ouroboros will untap here, which is nice. Then, can I go for Bramble Familiar here? Is that possible? 2, 4, 6, 7? I can. Line Weaver on tap. And there's a Crater Hoof. And this is going to give everything massive amount. So that's going to do it. Their toughness is not enough. That is 26 on the board, and that is way too much damage. As you can see, the 26 on the board from 20, they go to negative 28. So we had 48 damage. Easy way to do that. Quick maths. Unless they even had a little bit less, but I don't see any shock lands. But yeah, we're just going to be playing casual, no ranked. If that's not your vibe, totally get it. Just kind of playing some games, hanging out a bit. Maybe you got me throwing up on the background while you're hanging out, doing something. Maybe you're learning to draw. Maybe you're playing an instrument. Probably weird to listen to me while you play an instrument. I don't know why you would do that. It's like kind of hard to, you know, hear your sound and you hear my goofy ass in the background. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you ever subject yourself to? Why are you even here? Like, what? Now I'm thinking about why you guys even here. You know what I mean? I'm just a dude yapping in a corner today, having a good time. My dog's over there getting impatient. He's got the biggest smile on her face. It's funny. Oh, we got Authority of the Councils in our lovely public play. I keep saying public play, but you know, people try out their decks and stuff in here all the time, so I don't actually blame them. I'm just joking. All right, now that's crazy stuff. That's some villainous material. They even missed the land. Oopsie, hee hee. Crater Hoof can just come in tapped on one of these turns and do everything we ever wanted, so we don't really need much else. I kind of want to go for the Weaver just so it's in play, because that does put us closer to Crater Hoof. But obviously Ouroboros would be nice. If we get board wiped here, the best part about playing in the public play is you just move on. Not playing. You just go, okay, you got it, brother, and then you leave. You know what I mean? Authority of the Council is obviously good here. Obviously, there's a option to tap these, but let's just shock this. We don't want to tap these sources of mana in case we hit another Badger Mole Cub, which we do. Okay, they leave. All my stuff entered tap, so, I mean, it wasn't just over, but maybe their hand was just bad against what we were doing. They had no turn 4 play because they missed a land, so that was turn 4 there, so I don't know. We get it, though. Having a good time. This deck's pretty sick, though. This deck's also good in ranked. I just don't want to play. Honestly, I'm trying to lower the amount that I play against, like, Is It Lessons or the meta. Sometimes it's refreshing to just kind of go into a setup, jam some spells, win or lose, don't really care. Have no worry in the world. Just, you know, have fun playing the game that we all know and love. But, yeah. Yeah. Also, I forgot I deleted this. This is actually kind of important if you're curious, or if you just like me as a creator in general, not just a Magic person. As I've seen a couple people talk about it whenever talked about it before. Was kind of going for a lower end play here if you're curious. I'm going to get rid of... I think I want to go here to here to here, so maybe Siroc's to rid of play. But I've been talking about it for a while. Huh? But I want to actually make other content in terms of playing other games that I enjoy. It won't be on this channel. This will be strictly a Magic channel, and this channel going forward, I will 100% say, is literally number one. It is my most focus driven thing that I am doing. I don't want any like concerns like, oh, it's going to stop making Magic content or something like that. No. Magic's the number one priority. However, I do enjoy playing a lot of other games, and kind of my thought process in playing them, as I've made my thought process when I'm playing Magic, is I started playing Magic on like the Arena ladder and stuff, and recording it because I kind of told myself I don't want to just mindlessly play. Maybe that's like a wrong word to think about it. This is going to be a weird play here, but we're gonna go green on this, pay 2 life, green, Badger Maul, so we can make this come up so we can break out. But I've been playing like a lot of Fallout New Vegas. Season 2 of Fallout's out. I'm no spoilers here if you're watching it, but for me, I've been playing it a lot, and one of my favorite creators to watch is it's Jabo. He's a person from the UK, and he makes a lot of Fallout. He used to be a speedrunner and stuff. I just enjoy his stuff, and watching him play certain modes and stuff has been a very enjoyable experience. I think I'm going to go for Leyline Weaver here and try to do Bramble Familiar on a turn, and just hope that this all stays. There seem to be pretty heavy removal based. That's why I didn't think Ouroboros would like stick, and I also couldn't play it that turn. So I thought about doing the runs, not necessarily speed runs, because I can't really do those. I'm not working hours and hours and hours of trying to beat the best speed run, you know. Here's a bit weird. We actually just sacrifice a land. It gets around Leyline of the Void, so we just get to do it anyway. Even if it's exiled, it doesn't matter. Sure. Just all removal, huh? So I have stuff happening, I guess. But doing stuff like that, it'll be Shade More Plays. I already have the channel made. I did upload Oblivion at one point and left it on there. Brother, what are we queuing up? I'm just like getting baffled. We have Leyline of the Void, and we're playing Soul Guide Lantern. Like one or the other, Chief. It's typically the role. This still works, I believe. You have to fully resolve Bramble Familiar before it's done. Go Crater Hoof. And then we'll hit for 17 for lethal. Very nice. But, I already played Oblivion and stuff and uploaded that. I just dropped Oblivion. It was the remastered. And I didn't drop it because I wasn't having fun. I just kind of dropped it because, again, I talked about, like, the gym was falling off. The uploading every day was kind of falling off. The getting my schedule right. And as you notice from my New Year's, I went from saying I was going to kind of upload every day to, like, automatically dropping a Sunday and things like that. But, yeah, I'm going to do the other channel. I don't know how that schedule will be, whether it's, like, 1 video a week or, like, 2 videos at most a week. But whatever I kind of decide to do, I'm basically going to stockpile them. And then when I start, I'm going to be like months ahead. So it might still be some time. But yeah, if I'm going to be playing those, which is oftentimes my mental break away from playing Magic, because this game can be frustrating. I mean, we've had Is It Armageddon for like years at this point. We went from Corey Steele to Vivi to Is It Lessons? Not that Lessons is this all empowering, over the top, broken thing that we can never be ever. It's just annoying. Like, it's so annoying to play against. I mean, it is very good too. I don't want to say that it's not also incredibly good. I'm just saying in general, it is more beatable than what the other Is It decks were, I think. But Vivi was just pushing everything over the top, and from then, you know, I kind of, hey, nice deck, dude. Where'd you find it? But yeah, so oftentimes it's just my break. All right, rude. Or a Boroid would be huge. We miss. Unfortunate here. Maybe I just offspring this. Keep going wide. Well, other than that, that's kind of what it is. We're about 20 minutes in. I just wanted to kind of talk about some things. I know I didn't do it in a very coherent way. It's kind of hard to play like a strategy game like this and talk and make complete coherent sense. That's kind of like a Crater Hoof Behemoth, if you think about it. I think this gives trample. Yeah, 100% I'll block that. A Tyvar here. Play this. Next. No, pass. Just give trample. Get. Yeah, so they can hit me for like 11 here. I can only pump for 3 right now, which is a bit weird. Will they do that though? Oh, another Badger Mole Cub. I'm gonna get ran over by another version of the deck. That's crazy. Who would have thought Badger Mole Cub matters? The Badger Mole Cub here allows me to almost just pump this multiple times, but it's just a bit weird. Use, sure. Okay. Yep. They're all out there. We will have a way to block it next turn, I think. Gonna eat the damage here. It's gonna be whether or not we can block everything. My turn. Oh, man. Oh, go ahead. Be able to block and then pump everything. We can put X-Axis greatest power, so these will go up to 5 toughness apiece, which is kind of nice. But we'll actually pick off a lot of things here if they're not careful about what they do. How many creatures are Scavenging Ooze able to take out? 1, 2, 3. So it'll go to 5. They could Bossing Say their land if they want. Just open your mouth, dude. Actually, this works out better because it's just tapping another creature. It actually doesn't really help them any. Instep if you control creature, sure. You tap 2. This makes this attack much more favorable for us. The only problem here is we got to figure out how we're blocking, which kind of sucks, but... Oh, they're going full in. I assume this will get swung at us. At the very least. They eat 1. Scavenging Ooze goes up. Sure. So, as here, we want to block here, and we want to block here, I believe. Does that work with my mana? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we can tap this to this. Yeah, I believe so. Blocks. Tap here for indestructible. And then this stayed untapped, so we get to put a counter on it, which is nice. Could have done that, I guess, ahead of time. If I would have just done the math, but I'm not like... The other thing is I'm not that worried about it right now to do that math. Are they going to gain more life? They have to be careful because I do have... Because again, it's tapping their actual creatures, and this life isn't enough. Pass. Sure. They draw a card. I guess they needed to do that to draw the card, which makes sense. So here with the 5 mana, I think we just stick to the same play. And we just play who top decks it faster. And then I'll also have a larger pump here. Right? Because we can go gain a little bit more life. There's nothing in my graveyard that does much. Sure. But I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I guess I have to tap them all this way. But I mean, Tyvar alone will have 7. Which means it can block Scavenging Ooze and trade it off by itself, which is nice. Could Bossing say keep pumping up lands? It's like a Crater Hoof play. We have a lot of answers. Earthbending Bossing say, huh? I don't know what we can technically draw that's just by far the best play. Or a Boroid, I guess, would be that, right? What other play would it be? The one that wins us the game, probably. Will they attack? No. Every time they don't attack, this does allow us to keep growing these, which then makes Tyvar much more threatening. Because now it's +5 on everything. It's a weird game to be having, but they have a card draw engine. I just don't. Well, I didn't. Is this too risky? Kinda, but I kind of want to do it anyway. Not risky enough for me not to do it. I don't know what their toughness is at, but they have a lot. They're at 30. This is +8 across the board. I mean, that 8 for 4 is what? 30, 24 is 3. That's 32. So that, yeah, I mean, it's gonna be enough. Plus their other base power. Easy peasy, easy peasy. I'm about to hit stop recording. But other than that, I've been having fun. It's been a good year. It's been a time to reflect. I don't even know what the title of this video is going to be called. I don't know if anybody's even going to watch. But we're going to throw some things up, you know. And pretty much anybody that watches will probably be, for the most part, people who are going to watch because they watch my content. For my content, but also for me, you know. Like, I know the people who comment. I know who kind of comments pretty frequently. It obviously tells me on the back end who's commented the most, but I also recognize a lot of the names when people are the same people commenting. Oh boy. My opponent's name's awesome, dude. And they're playing the #1 winning deck in best of 1 in mono white auras, I think. I don't know. I always say that in open play. Yeah, they're playing blue white auras. Sure. Authority of the councils. Yeah, bro, you got it. That's going to be an annoying deck. I just don't care. I just don't care enough to play against that. Oh man, you'll just run into some of that where it's just like, why are we playing authority in our already heavily aggro deck? It's such a slow play. There is not, when you're the deck playing Shelter by Ghost, that is your authority of the councils. You don't need to be playing authority, in my opinion. But who's to know? Really? I mean, you give your creature flying, give it trample, things like that. Seems much better, but you know, it's a vibe. Here we are. Pretty good hand on the draw. Landware Elves and the Badger Mole Cub is pretty good. We'll just on red, bring it up. Play second Cub, probably. Feels right. Lose it all. Oh no. Not a creature removal deck. We're going to do it this way, so we get to play Badger Mole Cub, get the mana, have 4 mana, and then kind of do whatever we want. Voice of Victories. Okay. Get Lost in the Voice seems like we're pretty scot-free to just jam our spells then. Here. Here. Here, I guess. Even though it's probably not the best play. Making our creature already more of a target. I guess I'll go here. Thought about playing Bramble Familiar, but let's be honest, we're probably wanting to use the other side of it if we're not just jamming a Crater Hoof. Considering we have 9, 10, 11 mana. Oh no, not the counter spell. Check out. Sure. It could negate this, but that's fine. Who knows? I could miss. It can't be the other card because I have way too much mana. A No More Lies does not get this covered. Let it go. I miss. I fully airball. What if I just do one of these? What if I do one of these actions? Then I just jam a Crater Hoof. All right. Nice. Here I thought it was going to be like a hard counter spell. Maybe it was something that can only counter non-creature spell. And then I put a Crater Hoof on the stack. Who's to know? Who's to know? Oh boy. Playing into public play though is kind of more relaxing than playing ranked. Sometimes I just can't turn my brain off when I'm in ranked to be like, it's okay to lose, you know? I think it comes with like the pressure of like, I am going to upload this to YouTube to X amount of people. And that's the thing. Like, if a video flops, then nobody knows you uploaded it, right? If it's a bad video and nobody watches it, what flop are you talking about? The video doesn't exist. It doesn't matter. It flops. That's not even real. However, if for my channel, you know, 1,000 views is pretty good, which is like a really good rate on the amount of subscribers you have. You look at like people who have millions upon millions, they get like 8 million views and they'll have 50 million subs, right? Which is like drastically lower. So having about that like 50% kind of conversion rate's really good. I am hooked based on this. But if 1,000 people watch it and they go, man, this guy sucks. It's obviously not going to be good for my ego. I'm going to be in the pits, crying in the club, pretending not to be upset. So I don't see a board wipe here. Unit decks don't typically play board wipes all that often. So I'm kind of just going to ignore it as an option. If they Ultima me, they Ultima me. Again, this is one of the things of being in kind of that public play territory. I don't care enough to play around it. And this is one of the things like where the stress kind of goes away, being able to play like this. They Ultima me. I say it's over anyway because I also lose 2 lands and I have a mana left. Need to bring back Overlord, which doesn't beat this. Yeah, sure. It can try its best. It really can. So it's a lot of toughness. That's 12. Good amount of toughness. That's for sure. Am I going this route? Am I going this route instead? I think I am. But I don't think I have enough creatures to attack. Oh, well, maybe I did. I definitely did. I definitely still might. Just going this way. I forgot that I'm making 3 mana on every one of these. Crater Hoof. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. That's that good stuff. Well, I didn't play Crater Hoof to begin with. My opponent left so fast that I was spamming clicking the board and it took me out of the game too quick. I wanted to look, but yeah, I don't know why I didn't just jam the hoof, dude. All right, well, I'm gonna just say some concluding thoughts. If you want to know the deck I was playing, this is it. It's also going to be in the description. But, you know, either way, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day today. Again, it's 1:30 for me, so it's already Christmas. That's something you partake in. You know, partake in Hanukkah or any other kind of celebration. I hope everything went wonderful. I obviously hope everybody's having a good time. As, you know, sometimes day-to-day struggles can be a bit hard to overcome. And when it's a holiday and you see a lot of people together, it can be a bit tougher. So I just want you to know, I hope you personally have a good day. And, you know, wow, everything's going to be okay. It'll be all right. But with that said, this is what I was playing. I enjoy it. You can play it in rank too. It works out well there. It has a pretty decent win rate. I think on Untapped, it's like 55%. But you got to remember, that's obviously going to be a bit skewed highly because good players are playing it, and then skewed lower because someone who might not understand the play, how the play patterns are going to drag it down a little. But overall, from my understanding, and when I played it last time, it was just 2 Tyvars. I put a Sirach in there, which to me was pretty good. 1 Tyvar was good. I actually like the 1-1 split over playing 2 of either. But I played it in ranked. I think I had a pretty good turnout on that day. But yeah, as I said, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you next one. Thanks for watching. Have a good holiday, and I'll see you later. Bye.